Doing the pitching for Indiana today is McCade Brown. And similar to the way that Sean Burke has been the ace of Maryland staff, McCade Brown has really been a critical part of the Indiana Hoosiers pitching rotation. First pitch from Aline, or second pitch to Aline, out to right field, snagged by Jesse, who gets a start today. And the Terps' leadoff hitter is retired. McCade Brown is a 6'6" sophomore out of Normal, Illinois, and he has been enjoying a pretty successful season thus far. Entering this one, 5-3, 3.26 ERA, and 92 strikeouts. Those 92 strikeouts are good for fourth in the Big Ten Conference, 5 ahead of who else but his opponent today, Sean Burke. Nothing in 2. Outside. This could be a really good pitcher's duel today with McCade Brown going for the Hoosiers and Sean Burke for the Terrapins. Two of the best in this Big Ten Conference. Matthew Shaw, in the first game of the doubleheader, he went 1 for 4 with an RBI and a double. Also hit by a pitch after him and Aline in the 10th inning were hit by back-to-back, well, were both hit by pitches in back-to-back spots in the order, prompting Jeff Mercer to pull Machaki and bring in Nate Stahl, who surrendered a walk while the bases were loaded to Benjamin Cowles, which gave Maryland the victory. The 3-2, and that's low, and Shaw's aboard. And that'll bring up the walk-off hero from Game 1, Benjamin Cowles. He'll come up with a runner on base after the walk to Shaw. Michigan has beaten Nebraska over in Lincoln. They have a doubleheader coming up as well, but that win for Michigan is significant in the Big Ten baseball world. It's an important win for them. One and one. So with Michigan also winning today, that puts them at 27-16, which is matching, they puts them a half game behind Maryland, who is 27-15. Either way, if they are tied, Maryland holds the tiebreaker as the Terps own the season series against the Wolverines this year. Nebraska had already, before this weekend, clinched the Big Ten regular season championship. And then the next 3 teams, who all happen to be playing each other this weekend, all fighting to try and get an NCAA tournament at-large bid, or bids plural. Currently the Terps in that second spot, and then Michigan, and then Indiana. This series is crucial for the Hoosiers. Talked about this in the first game, but as of today, D1 Baseball had both of these teams in the NCAA tournament, with Maryland being a number 2 seed and the Hoosiers being a number 3 seed. However, Indiana being one of the last 5 teams in. So very close for them. Terps were number 25 in its latest top 25 poll, first time since 2017 when they were ranked. Not only that, but 2017 was the last time that Maryland reached the NCAA tournament. See those years over there and on the left field wall. Coach Vaughn talked earlier about how, as the runner takes off and cuts through that one, fouls it back, but how badly he and this group would like to add 4 numbers onto that left field wall over there. Terps winners of 17 of their last 20 games now. So the count runs full. And up and in. And back-to-back walks surrendered by McCade Brown. And here is Randy Bednar hitting .311 on the year with a .425 on-base percentage. And the runner's going to take off for a double steal. Had a huge jump over there from second. The throw goes to second base trying to get the second runner. Cowell slides in safely. But you saw over there at second base, Matt Shaw had a huge lead off of the bag, took off. Colin Hopkins behind the plate saw that and decided to concede or let him go to third and try and get the tail runner at second. Either way, not in time, and now a pair of runners in scoring position with 1 out. Making McCade Brown throw a lot of pitches this inning. He's up to 17 already. Two and one to Bednar. He swings through that fastball. 2-2. Good fastball from McCade Brown. Has Bednar out in front of it. The 2-2 from Brown is outside. And once again, the count runs full. Great plate discipline from these Maryland hitters. Brown looking to avoid his third straight walk. And he can't. Bednar is going to go down to first base. After back-to-back-to-back walks, Maxwell Costas coming to the plate with the bases loaded. Colin Hopkins talking to his infield. One out, bases loaded. Maxwell Costas at the plate. Checks his swing. He did not go. And he rips that one foul. Umpires for Game 2 of the doubleheader. Craig Alden is behind the plate, calling balls and strikes. James Clayton down the first base line, and then Jim Shaley over between second and third. One and one the count. One man down in the inning. Another ball. And he pops this one up. Shallow left field. We'll see Shaw tagging. It's going to be caught. He thinks about it, but the throw comes right in. And just did not hit that ball deep enough as he pops out to left field. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Luke Schliger. Schliger is a catcher for the Terrapins, and he pinch hit for Riley Langerman in the 8th inning that kind of started to turn the tides for the Terrapins in Game 1. He led off the bottom half of the 8th inning with a double and eventually ended up scoring, which cut the deficit to 3-2 before the Terps would ultimately have Costas' home run and the walk-off walk in the 9th and 10th, respectively. That ended up giving them the win. So after that, he gets the start today. As a designated hitter, Justin Vogt, who replaced Langerman defensively in the first game, will still be doing the catching. He is in the number 9 spot. After Schliger in the order, it's Tommy Gardner, Tucker Flint, Justin Vogt. There's the lineup that Rob Vaughn has rolled out today. McCade Brown has 3 runners on base right now, but still is yet to surrender a hit. All 3 of them reach base via the walk. And now 1 ball away from doing that same thing for the 4th time in 5 batters. Schliger looks like he's crowding the plate. The 3-0. And he takes a strike. Luke Schliger, one of 2 lefties, along with Tucker Flint, that Maryland has in its lineup. And Bubba Aline, switch hitter, he hit from the left side today as well. Facing the right-hander, McCade Brown. So the count runs full after it was 3-0. With a full count with 2 outs, that will get the merry-go-round in motion. The payoff pitch is ball 4. 4 walks in 5 batters. And just over an hour after the Terps walked off with a walk-off walk, they get their first run of this ball game after 4 walks. And it's 1-0 Terrapins. Bases still loaded. Tommy Gardner at the plate. Swings through that fastball for a strike. James Clayton says he did not go. 1-1. And the count runs to 3-1. Another 3-ball count for McCade Brown. Gardner, the 7th Terp up in the inning, and again, no hits allowed. 4 walks. Looking to avoid a 5th. That's over for the plate for a strike. So once again, the runners will be taking off with a full count and 2 outs. And that's ball 4, another one. So Gardner draws another walk. 2 runs home in the inning, all because of walks, and that will prompt a visit to the mound. Tucker Flint is going to be the hitter for Maryland once McCade Brown is ready. So Tucker Flint up at the plate now. He takes the first pitch for a ball. So already 5 walks in the first inning from McCade Brown. The most walks Brown has surrendered in a ball game this year is 7, which he did over 5 innings against Illinois, where the team still ended up winning. He also had 9 strikeouts and no hits, no runs to go with that, but walks something for him that it's been not too big of a problem, but obviously that start as well. "35 total walks entering today, so now put him up to 40. 2-2 the count to Tucker Flint. Indiana's infield back with a big shift on the lefty, and that is in there. Strike 3 called, and that retires the side. So 2 runs, no hits, and Maryland leaves them loaded. Justin Vogt is going to lead things off in the second inning after 8 Terps came to bat in the first, and none of them recorded hits. But 5 walks were issued, leading to 2 runs being scored against McCade Brown. And with that long inning, McCade Brown already has 44 pitches. But like Coach Mercer has talked about with the Hoosiers, something that he really likes about this team is the depth that it has in its bullpen, whether it's Graham Machaki, Nate Stahl, so many different pitchers who he can go to if his starter can't make it deep into a game, and 4-pitch walk to start off this frame. Chris Allen fly to right to lead off the home half of the first. Already getting up in the second. Maryland one time through the lineup, still yet to record a hit. So Indiana's going to get its bullpen cranking. That's Braden Tucker, a right-hander. He's a sophomore. He is up in the Indiana bullpen getting loose. as McCade Brown in trouble early. So 3-0 the count. And the first strike he's thrown this half inning after 7 straight balls opened it up. And then Aline watches that one upstairs, and it is another walk. So 7 walks surrendered by McCade Brown through the first 10 batters. 7 walks matches the most he's allowed in a game this season. Matt Shaw was the one who had the first walk allowed by McCade Brown. He walked, ended up swiping third base and scoring on a bases-loaded walk, the first run of the ball game. Still no hits by either side here in the bottom of the second inning. First and second, 0-1, no outs. On the ground toward third, going to step on third with it and try and go to first for the double play, throw offline. But a nice play by Cole Barr to get the lead runner at third. So Shaw will reach on a fielder's choice. Aline will go to second as Vogt is retired. And Benjamin Cowell's come to the plate. A walk earlier. You have a lot of speed on second base with Chris Aline, who with Justin Vogt being erased, is now the lead runner. So it would not be surprising if Aline and Shaw try a double steal, or at least Aline go in motion toward third. Good pitch from Brown there. Gets Cowles to swing and miss. And now Aline is going to be in a rundown. To third, Barr chasing him, and he's going to tag him out. Aline too far off second base, and he gets caught in a pickle. And just like that, there are 2 outs and only 1 runner on base with Benjamin Cowles at the dish. On the ground toward third. Barr goes over with it. Got to make the throw on the run, and Cowles is going to beat it out. So that infield hit for Benjamin Cowles is the first of this ball game for either side, despite the fact that 2 runs are already on the board, and 8 Terps came to bat in the first, and 4 already have in the second. Cowles now on first, Shaw on second, And Randy Bednar is at the plate. Brown about to throw his 60th pitch. Already. The 1-1. Swung on a miss by Bednar. 1-2. Lifted foul beyond the concourse as Bednar hangs in there. And inside, that ball runs in on Bednar and evens the count at 2. And Brown just a little wild. So full count, 2 outs, 2 on base. They'll be in motion. Foul back to the screen. Good cut from Randy Bednar Jr. Bednar recently returning from an injury. Continuing to be a big part of the Terps' middle of the lineup, and he swings through that one. Good fastball from Brown. That is his 2nd strikeout of the day, and that will retire the side. So we are through 2 innings of baseball in College Park. Terps lead at 2-0. So McCade Brown ready to... Maxwell Casas leading things off. First pitch a ball. McCade Brown, 67 pitches. We're only here starting off the 3rd, and 2 straight balls thrown is going to prompt a visit. So McCade Brown ready to go. After first 2 pitches couldn't find the strike zone, neither could the 3rd. 3-0 count. Braden Tucker is back up in the bullpen. And that's ball 4. Season high 8 walks now for McCade Brown. Schlicker swings and misses. Now at the first. So Indiana have been having some issues with its rotation, at least lately, with Tommy Summer dealing with some blistering issues on his throwing hand. He's a lefty who is normally one of the main starters along with McCade Brown and Gabe Bierman, who pitched the first game of the doubleheader today. And Tommy Summer, first earlier in the week, Coach Mercer was unsure if he maybe would go in relief, kind of, it was a team's off day that Tuesday, wasn't really sure what he'd be doing. They said before this weekend that John Modugno, who's primarily come out of the pen, would start Friday's game before McCade Brown pitched today, and then on Sunday, Gabe Bierman pitched. But then with the postponement yesterday, decided to have his two starters go today, with Bierman pitching the first game and then McCade Brown pitching here. Yet to be determined who will be pitching tomorrow for the Hoosiers. But pitching really just normally is such a strength for this Hoosiers team this year. Two and two. And Schiller watches that one upstairs. So the count full to Luke Schliger. Swings and misses, strike three. And Tommy Gardner will come up with one out. But McCade Brown earlier this year on March 13th, he pitched the second game of a doubleheader, kind of like right now. That was against Penn State in Bloomington. The Hoosiers are coming off a big 7-2 win in the first game. Brown starts the second game, pitches 7 no-hit innings, matching the Indiana school record with a career-high 16 strikeouts. That was the most since Brad Edwards set a school record with 16 against Quinnipiac on March 17th, 2000. Also was the most for them in a Big Ten game, breaking Andrew Salfrank's 13 from April of 2019, which also came against the Nittany Lions. But in that start, I guess this part is a little bit similar to here. First, he walked the first two batters in the top of the first inning, walked 2 in a row, and then went on to retire the next 15 Nittany Lions in a row with 13 strikeouts and then a pair of groundouts also, but just dominating. And then eventually the Hoosiers allowed a hit in the 8th. Ended up having a one-hitter, the fewest since they had another one-hitter back in 2006. So it's just been a historic year in so many ways for so many of these teams. As the Hoosiers have had some big moments. And then if McCade Brown, as the 2-2 comes in, and swung on and missed by Tommy Gardner, and he's down on strikes. Back-to-back strikeouts for him. But he received all sorts of honors for that. D1 Baseball AstroTurf National Player of the Week, Rawlings Perfect Game Pitcher of the Week. And then on April 10th, he was part of a combined no-hitter, along with Braden Tucker, who is standing on the mound in the bullpen right now, when the two of them completed the first Indiana no-hitter since April 25th, 1984. You got to go back to then when Mark Gramer and the team blanked Rose Hallman in a 6-0 no-hitter. So the 1-1 from Brown to Flint, and gets in a chase there. He has 4 strikeouts today, giving him 96 on the season, which is good for 4th in the Big Ten, just ahead of Sean Burke. So the 1-2 from Brown to Flint, outside. But McCade Brown, this year, he's really come on and been a key part of this Indiana rotation, especially this season. Last year, he had an 0-1 record in the shortened season with a save, and he only made 1 start as Flint's punched out. And then in 2019, his true freshman season, he made 2 starts in midweek games. And in this half inning, he gets a leadoff walk and then retires the next 3 in a row on strikeouts. We are through 3 innings of baseball in College Park, and the Terps hold a 2-0 advantage.